eNewcastle sihlale. So umkhulu came this side.
Oh.
Sahlala ngapha ke umkhulu wazama impilo. Ubaba wazalwa. Ubaba makazalwa wahlangana nentombi enhle.
Ha,
Uma.
yeah.
Intombi enhle naye iphuma lana. That's when kuvela mina.
Yo.
Yeah. So originally ngidabuka la eSoweto.
Yeah.
I'm a Sowetan kahle kahle.
Proud. Sowetan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isihlahla sasekhaya esikhulu iNewcastle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Isihlahla esikhulu sasekhaya
Yeah.
iNewcastle.
But
Yes.
you grew up like Soweto.
I grew up la. Bengifunda opposite lesikole lesayiDikini.
Obongela lapha yana.
Abengena lapha yana eDikini.
Yini primary?
Primary yeah.
Yeah.
La esontweni ngapha bekungakabi kahle kahle nesonto kahle kahle.
Oh.
Yeah. So izinto eziningi zivela after as isikhathi.
And then high school.
I-high school, so after that, because of manje ekhaya besokuthuthuka, because of ubaba was one of abobaba ngapha ekhaya, ngapha eSoweto ukuthi kathi sabathuthuka. Then he opted to go buy indlu eNadale. That's when we moved. So from 1993 sasuka la, sahamba sayohlala le eNadale. So i-high school yami ngibambelele emakhaladini.
Oh.
Yeah. Ngami ngaprata kukhula little. So from lapho ke na le eNadale, that's when I'll say i-journey yami began. Yeah.
Where you discovered your gifts.
Where I discovered my gift, where I discovered uNkulunkulu. That's where it all began because of eNadale so cool, you're a teenager. Now you have to uhambe associate yourself with a particular group of people because so cool. So yazi uthi okay laba sikhula nabo asihambeni sesontweni. All right, siyahamba sesontweni. Esontweni with Methodist ngajoina. I became a gilder. Ngikhuli kahle amatara gilder. Kahle. Ngahamba igilder, that's when we were taught uNkulunkulu. That's when we were taught about spirituality. Kahle from eNadale. From lapho ke na eNadale qhubeka. That's when ngizosho ukuthi ubunyanga buqhaqheke khona whilst I was still go high school. Kahle.
So what was it like? I mean, you've known God of Jesus through the church.
Yes.
Manje.
Yes.
All of a sudden you must be a healer. It must have been a shock.
It was a huge shocker. Why ngisho njalo? Because of imfundiso. I remember there was umfundisi Marutla.
Yeah.
Umfundisi Marutla always emphasized ukuthi ama ancestors and all of that, ama demoni, etc. So it brought much confusion because of now here I was experiencing izinto bezenzakala kimi personally as ngikhula. Mangikhula my teenage years bezingekho kahle ngendlela ukuthi you'll find ukuthi umunye umuntu I would always sit alone. And I would always not want to be with many people. Bengiba novalo, ungazi understand. Kuba ngathi ngistrange kahle. Bengumuntu ukuthi ngiba novalo, ukuthi makhona intombi enhle, ngivele ngiyisaba. Nami ngizimangalele kahle, ngibe lilinye igwababa kahle. As isikhathi sihamba, then you realize ukuthi awufani nabanye. You are strange. Because of now when you actually go across endaweni ukuthi kusehlathini per se, you would feel, I would feel okuthize ukuthi kunezinto ezinye la which one cannot explain as they are around la ehlathini la khona. You would feel kube ngathi uzwa ama voices, and mabazoma ama voice bathi ungangeni la, bakutshela ukuthi jika ungangeni la, hamba la. At first iyathusa and mind you ngisahamba iGuild. So njobe ithusa lento lena, I'm hearing voices, sengibona izinto, I would feel ukuthi okay kunomuntu oyokuthi either bukune accident la umuntu washona. I would see or feel that person ukuthi khona umuntu oyokuthi uye wahamba. So I was that strange. So manje masongena isontweni, the only thing, because of now you are taught ukuthi indaba zamadlozi azikho grand. So what we'll then do, bengizovele ngiyithulele ngingakhulumi. So bengivele ngifele ngaphakathi ke manje because of now here you have been taught this about what lento le wrong, chakala what, then having experiencing or a daily experience yalokho ukuthi every day mangiphuma ngizozwa izinto or ngibona izinto etc. So it was difficult, extremely difficult masakhula. It was extremely ijeni yami nje bengekho lula.
And at the time you had no one that you could speak to about these things.
At that time I had no one to ukuthi lapho ngakhuluma khona. I had 2 or 3 friends ukuthi kade bazi ukuthi nginalento le, but sometimes explaining into is strange to someone angayi understand iba more strange because naye angeka asahamba akuthola ukuthi hayi wendoda uyakuphi manje. So the best thing I will just ngivele ngithule until ngiz understand nami ukuthi kahle mina ngubani mina kahle ngazibuza continuously ask. It took time it really took time ukuthi ngizithole ukuthi ngubani.
So the journey of self-discovery was a long journey.
It always is supposed to be a long journey. Namanje kunabantu abaningi abangakazitholi ukuthi bawubani.
Okay.
Until you find yourself with who you are, what's your purpose, kuba lula ukuthi ukhona uqhubeka.
True.
If you can't have that self-introspection or that self-research, I always say that self-research, you need to go through self-research. Once you actually acquire that, kuba lula ukuthi uzazi ukuthi wena uyisiphi isihlahla.
But how do you do that, Uncle?
The first thing I believed umvelinqangi.
Okay.
You need to be rooted. You need to be rooted. I always emphasize that nakuma students ami. Nakubantu engibalaphayo. You always need to be rooted. From you being rooted is to find that, for example, I'll make a practical example. Uthole ukuthi ukhula usebenzisa isibongo sekamawe.
Okay.
Yeah. So abaningi bazosho ukuthi njengoba usebenzisa isibongo sekama uzothola ukuthi kunomsindo khabo baba. Mina mangihamba ngisho yebo ukuthi kunokuba nomsindo wakhabo baba. However, because of nakhabo mama bayisihlahla esiqinile. Hlala kulesibongo lesi sikama, because if isukhlanyisa zonke lento lezi. So how you do that is the first thing you need to be always humble in the way ukuthi uNkulunkulu uyohamba phambili. Kufanele ukuthi ube rooted kumvelinqanga because uyokudalile. Zitshele ngokukhona abaningi abangayikholele kamvelinqanga but ihamba yona phambili. Yeah, okay.
Ngoba you were created by him.
You were created by him. So the first root yeseed edabuka kumvelinqanga. Umvelinqanga uthema kakukhanda wabona ukuthi wena ubani. Wakuzala wakukhanda wafaka umoya. That's profound game. Wakhamba ku associator or wakuthi wena uzabelonga kule clan le. Mina ngabelonga ku clan yaka Sithole. Uzangena eclan ka Sithole, uSithole uzakukhulisa. So le root leyo, that's you being rooted. Zithola ukuthi ubani udabuka kuphi. Then when you know kuba lula ukuthi challenge whatever ngokuhamba kwesikhathi.
Ngoba as it stands abantu abaningi abazi ukuthi abobani.
Yes.
Ukuthi baphuma kuphi.
Yes.
And they can't trace their roots.
You can't. That. Now think about it. Sonke isihlahla uma singana root siyawa. Noma umuphi umoya, noma amapha amanzi, noma iphondi nje endlulayo ngamanzi. Isihlahla masingana root siyawa. Everything emhlabeni is rooted. Nenyoni rooted, nebhubezi li rooted. You need to be rooted. Qala, find out who you are. And when you do that, always go to the source, which is umvelinqangi.
And ask the source to guide you and help
always
you.
Go to the source. Nginyanga and ubunyanga bami, isource yami. uNkulunkulu he so fit ukuthi ngibe yinyanga. Then amadlozi ami, ama-angels ami. Where mina ngihamba ngicommunicate nabo ukuthi ngicela nincediseni isiphakamise imthandazo kumvelinqangi. Ingelosi zami. uNkulunkulu the way anobuhlakani ngakhona. Right now ukucabanga kujulile in such a way ukuthi every tree has always another tree eceleni.
Yeah.
So ine angel yayo, isihlahla sine angel yayo. Noma ukuthi isihlahla leso, for example, mawubheka isihlahla always kune grass.
Yeah.
Igrass leyo guardian angel yesihlahla ukuthi impande zingashi. So isihlahla senzani? Igrass yenzani? Utshani buyavala impande ukuthi impande ihlale ingashi. Automatically nedluzi lila eceleni lwakho ukuthi ungahamba uphambuka noma ubhayiziseka.
Yo. Now, when you then found out Uguti, you've got this gift and you are rooted in the church, did you still continue in the church?
I continued. I went as far as ngaba idodana laseWeseni.
Oh,
I continued.
Idodana laseWeseni.
I continued.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're gonna have to take a quick break. Welcome back. We are still here. This is the Free Ride Podcast. Kinale, Ukehla, Ubaba, TSHELUYISE, SITHULE, and he's busy sharing with us and giving us a perspective about the journey he's gone through. And of course, well, I mean, so you discovered that you've got a gift. You then discovered that you are in a church. You are in the middle of a mix that confused you.
Yes.
And then uktwasa, when did you decide?
Okay. These things you don't decide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My say vakashele. My figure. My vakashele. My gezela my fish and chips is okay. My fish and chips.
Yeah.
What happened? Now, it's a huge ceremony. Like a guild, a revival. Methodist kunama revivals. So kumnandi, etc. That's the day I found out ukuthi I needed ukuthi ngihambe ngiyothwasa. So apparently mabasho bona ngingavukelwa umoya or ngaphathwa umoya. Mangiphathwa umoya, it's another strange feeling. Abanye they'll call it ngendlela eyiningi. Then came a guy. This guy, Kamala Pet, so cool, right? I will never forget that guy because he's the guy who said to me, as in, Yekaya, when Fano Hambe uyotwasa, and Ageko Muntos of Twasisala. I Nahamba Figakaya, hearing that's Lento Lazes is strange, Abang Chelangazo. Hey, Namsayas Buzanga, Mang Figagin Buz, Ukokwamia Vum. My grand was still alive. Both of them, from my father's side and mother's side. But so kunjalo vele umuntu wabaphansi mele uhambe uye khona le uvalo hayi ubaba because of things besengise yeah, my father was like negating it. You are not going to go and say this, etc. And now kuye I take and I respected indlela he was feeling because of he wanted me to conclude a degree lebengiyenza.
Okay.
So kade hamba athi man aqeda usigela qala mawuqeda isikolo then ungazilandelela lento lezi. All right, I'd heard to into kade ayisho. My father had businesses kade nama constructions. So because of now kade angangivumeli baqala kena kwabopheka ngakuye. Makubopheka ngakuye izinto zakhe azisalungi. Wahamba wayo consulting wathola indoda ebizwa kuthiwa uCastigo Bembele wase Mozambique. Mozambique Castigo washo makathi watshela ubaba ukuthi there is unomfana uyi firstborn. Umfana lo akekho umuntu ozomthwasisa la. This is this guy. Lo mfana lo mela hamba uyothwasa eMozambique. Yena originally is from Mozambique uCastigo. Fana hamba ethwasa eMozambique, maka ethwasa eMozambique uzothi makabuya uzothwasisa abanye ngapha. This is him. Okay, strangely ubaba mathi okay avume ubaba.
Naye msho uyacabanga nje ukuthi
I was doing ama in services ku in-service ku auto industrial company called Auto Industrial. So after that auto industrial mangibakokotela bangitshela ukuthi hayi ndothathe nento esikholelwa kuzo lento lezi either uyayeka or kanjani ngathi hayi ngcono ngi-abscond. That's when I left ngoba sengisebenza was busy nge-degree ngayeka. Mangiyeka uCastigo made arrangements. I'll never forget that day. Yaqala ke journey yami ke manje senyakuphi ngeMozambique. Ngumzulu. Khumbula amaZulu ikhanda labo liqinile. Ilimi awukholula ukuthi lihambe libamba.
Hey, why
So,
making now?
Uhamba uliqede.
Yeah.
I don't know any language in Mozambique is predominantly language in Mozambique amashangani or amatsonga ne Portuguese. So ilimi lakhona bengalazi. Sahamba, we drove for 17 hours. I'll never forget that. 17 hours ashaya imoto kahanjo. Samba mo stop. Samasifika lapho
17 hours.
Kusehlathini endaweni yakhona. Ihlathi. No electricity. Amanzi asa iborehole. That's when impilo ngayithola khona. That's when ngafunda ukuthi ukubaluleka komuntu kunjani. Masifika lapho, the first thing mawufika lapha eMozambique uyageza. Umthetho wakhona, I respect those guys because bangifundisa impilo. Safika sageza. I'll just say xhaxhaxhaxa ukuthi so khona usiqhubeka. Masifika sigeze ngithukile angazi ukuthi ubaba uCastiko akhamba ahlala ngikhomba bakayinyanga uCastiko. Naye athi ngiyinyanga ngizokuyisa enyangeni ezinkulu. Yeah. So asiyangithwasisile.
Okay.
So yena uyo lo which I was introduced kuye la eMidlands from la ngahamba saya ngale naye. So first day afika ngalala. I remember inhliziyo beyibovu nginyembezi because of I left everything. Yes, sometimes empilweni you need to take a decision. You really have to take a decision. When you say good I have to do this, you have to do this. Mawuzohamba procrastinator, impilo ayiqhubeki because of that decision leyo yohlala lapho. So, sengidecided should manje sengizitsheleni ukuthi la iwafa.
Yeah. Nya
phambili. Next day sahamba sayofuna inyanga ezi4. Masifuna inyanga ezi4 lezo. Le nyanga ezi4 lezo bekumele ukuthi manje ziconsult uzingihlahlube ukuthi vele ngempela nginayo lento le. So we went to 4 traditional healers, 1 prophet and 3 traditional healers, and all confirmed ukuthi no unayo. Mahambiso wemthwasisa kulaba bakudala. That's what happened.
Bahambisa manje.
Ngahamba ngangena ehlathini. Sangena ehlathini la khona, ngafika kena ngathola uCastiko wangeniswa kwamathe. That's when I began my journey. Yeah, that's when ngafundiswa isihlahla. That's when ngafundiswa ukulapha umuntu, ngafundiswa ukuphilisa umuntu, ngafundiswa ukwenziwa into ezinjanjani. Lezi ezinjanjani ngeke ngiyikhulume lezi ezinjanjani. Ngafundiswa the art of herbalism ngikwesintu. Yeah, see for lapho nje, yeah.
Manje mkhulu, then you came back.
Yes.
Mawubuya konke kushintshile.
I had intshebe yami benga. Phela ukhumbulele eMozambique ibuka zikho no mirrors. Imira unayo, imira mawuxubha amazinyo, mawubheka ukuthi Colgate ayihlalanga. Phela igama likho. It was like so strange, the feeling of being home, and now uyinyanga kumele uqalele phansi. Angisasebenzi, and now I was told ukuthi maqedwe ukuyothwasa kuzobuya. But my teacher always taught me ukuthi patience, you need to exercise the patience. Abantu bazokwazi. Ila ubunyanga bami baqala. Mase ngibuyile, that was my second part or second season. Your journey. When I came back, that's when things I saw what is just different. Abantu la eMzansi abayenza ubunyanga ngalendlela la engifunde ngakhona. Le kusahloniphiwa le. La abusahloniphiwa bongasahloniphiwa till today. Yeah.
So manje mkhulu, you are a younger person.
Yes.
And I think what I grew to love about you, yes, you are younger, you can break things down.
Yes.
That abantu abadala they cannot.
Yes.
I mean, I remember Umama was very sickly at some point.
Yes.
But and she believed Guma traditional healers. And
yes,
every time you can't understand why lo muntu lo ayenza lonto lwena, and then you can't ask ngoba umuntu omdala uvela athi ozantwana akushaye ngale akubase akwenzeni that time there's no communication.
So true. Vele indlela le ukuthi abaningi bafunde kanjalo akakuchaziseli. So mina ukuhluka kwami ngizama ngawo wonke amandla ukuthi umuntu makaphethwe ikhanda ngilichaza ukuthi ikhanda lelelani.
Okay.
And manje mawulashwa so why we are doing this. So ngasitshelani ngifuna ukufundisa abantu ngobunyango because abantu abasaphakameli. Izinto eziningi noma nalabo abaphathwa indaba lezi zokuthi fanamba yothwasa. People always think ukuthi mayothwasa sozoba rich. So now what they then do seba venture eyintweni eziphuma endleleni. And it's not all about that. uNkulunkulu lento asiphe yona singabantu besintu usiphe into yokuthi when he gave it to us, he told us, you guys are so lucky I'm giving you this. That's my belief because of this thing is so unique. Yobunyanga, yobungoma, spirituality. It's so unique ngendlela yokuthi kahle kahle. Thina singabantu asibone lobu unique bakhona. Into engapheli. Ibikhona mandulo isazoba khona na ku future. I am sure ngeenkathi zabo AI isazoba khona lento le.
Yeah.
Into engapheli. So inkinga ngathi singabantu asiyilandeleli ngendlela nangomthetho. We always want shortcuts. Yeah.
Do you think the imali has messed up spirituality?
Yes.
Within the church, within the spiritual world itself, like you say, ukuthi umuntu uyothwasa makaqeda ukuthwasa sekacabange ukuthi ngifuna ukuba rich.
Yes.
Aqale ke ngento ezimbi and abe busy ngama project amabi and so on.
Ukuphendula, I don't think imali. I think abantu ne greed.
Okay.
Imali, one thing about it, mayikhona izinto zibalula.
Yeah.
Izinto mazilula uyakhona ukwenza izinto ezimbili ezintathu ngayo imali eyikuthi zingakuthuthukisa. However, umuntu because of greed nokufuna izinto eziningi because of into imali eyenzayo umuntu then start changing kahle sekafuna kabanzi. So mina inkinga umuntu and I always emphasize that ukuthi umuntu oyinkinga kusimali.
Because imali is just an object. It's like a gun.
It's like a gun. Uyibeka kahle. Ifana neokapi. Mawuphethe okapi uyakwazi. Kuzothiwa yayi okapi iyabheda cha umuntu obhedayo.
Yeah. Iokapi azange iphume nje ihambe nje iyokwazi umuntu nje. Umuntu
oyisebenzisayo. So nemali khehla ngizoyisho futhi ngiyinyanga. I'm now talking 21 years ngiyinyanga. Ngizokukhomba lokho. Imali akusiyinkinga. Mayikhona kuba lula. Mayikhona uyakwazi ukudla. Imali. Nokunakekela abantu. Uyakwazi ukuthi uhambe ufake ugazole. Mawufaka ugazole sokhuluma. So hamba sifake igazole, masifake ugazole, sihambe siyenze abantu baphile. Mayikhona, mayingekho uba inkinga. So umuntu ucabanga ukuthi mase kangena ebunyangeni bazohamba bathola impondo. So what then happens is the following. Abe nale idea leyo ukuthi mase ngiright sengiyinyanga ngizothatha ngisebenzise umuthi omnyama uzongigcwalisa abantu nami ngizokhona ukuhamba ngama flashy cars. And if futhi what happens is igcina ke manje seyingena nakulaba abasaqala le journey le. Seyabaphandla lento le ye greed. It's all about greed.
And how do we manage greed? It's a personal thing.
Mawukhumbula kahle.
Yeah.
Ngifuna ukukhomba something. Yeah. Ngifuna ukukhomba something. Ngifuna ukukhomba something.
Yeah.
Take isihlahla sepentshisi. Right? Isihlahla sepentshisi sona senza sure ukuthi siphuza a certain amount of amanzi, sithola ilanga ngendlela ethize. Everything iba nge-limitation, iba limited. Ukuthi sikhona ukuproduce a beautiful fruit.
Yes.
Umuntu kahle uma angazazi ufunani. Number 1, ngifuna imoto, uyasebenza uthola imoto. And futhi ungabi nelihlo elinye ukuthi lizobheka omunye. Uyifundiso lento leyo because of ilihlo elisibhayizisayo. mase sithole ukuthi lo munye kahle wena usame level uthola ukuthi umuntu babafika lapha abantu banokufika lapha ekhaya athi mkhulu ngikhulana nalabantu laba bheka manje nasakathuthukile mina sengila ilihlo lakhe selibuke lo akazi page 1 yakho ne page 2 yakhe ayifani uthola umuntu uzicompare yena ipage 1 yakhe ngepage 5 yomunye automatically what happens is now sekahamba ke manje ikwanda kwegrade sokwenzakala ukuthi yena sakanesinyama yena sakani because of ucala compare ngelihlo
uplante a seed inside of themselves
uplante a seed so i-advice engihlala ngikhomba abantu yekela ukubukeza abanye indaba ngizoyisho yekela ukubukeza abanye indaba I think ngisingisi stop prying in other people's business uzophila uzoba right
because now you see a whole lot of different people that come to you for all different types of stuff for somebody who does not believe in traditional but uyabona ukuthi ngathi konke nje ngathi kuvalekile they cannot seem to understand ukuthi why am things not moving why am I not getting a job or I just got fired or my relationship is not working or whatever like how would you advise them to open up to come and seek help?
Okay, that is as lo mbuzo wakho the way ujule ngakhona and every time abantu mabangibuza lo mbuzo loyo ngihambe ngihleke it's a fact hayi wonke umuntu wazi yonke into it's a fact not everyone will be told and he or she will take that's a fact sonke sikhula ngolwazi number 1 umbuzo mangizokuphendula the way I'm going to answer you uzongixolela ngizojika kancane ngayishaya straight why I want to now pinpoint kwinyanga nezangoma lezi ukuthi abantu abaza kuyo ngiyasblame thina sonke because of yithi esilahlekisa abantu I'm answering you ukuthi how do I because of now abantu baba nale wrong impression about ubungoma nobunyanga resulting bangakholelwa kubo bese those individuals abasalandelela ngendlela whom are still following bona they tend to suffer because of the deeds ezalaba abanye abanobungoma abagangayo when people start seeing us doing wrong the only thing they know and they conclude is what their eyes are seeing ukuthi abantu masebosebungomeni this is what they do resulting abantu abasakholelwa kubunyanga so this is what I say to them I ask everyone that is watching today mina ngikhuluma nabo please try your level best to stop concluding on ama assumptions or on ama hearsays or on something you're not concrete ngayo not only ngobunyanga ngempilo
mawungekho sure
ungakhulumi just do research and find out more ukuthi wena where is inkolelo yakho based because of now if you are going to conclude ngobunyanga ukuthi I don't believe kubunyanga on what you have heard kuba wrong so in answering such I was just trying to reprimand laba beyinyanga nezangoma there are guys abalandela ubunyanga kahle it's not isono ukuthi uhambe uye ebunyangeni or ebungomeni and just uthathe 10 rand even if it's not makathi inyanga uzofuna 500 rand ngeze example just take 10 rand thokoza kunamali ubeke 10 rand yenkanyiso and just hear listen to he or she or to him or her makakhuluma umuzwe then try your level best ukuthi whatever conclusion you have about him or her uyisuse embi and do your level best to acquire more knowledge
And be open-minded.
Open, that's the word. Be open-minded. Yeah.
Because we don't know everything. We don't know.
As I said, no one knows everything.
And you know what's fascinating, Kulu, is
Yes.
that I've always been interested in understanding spirituality.
Yes, Kahle.
And you know, I've always spoken to you and pastors and so on,
Yes,
so that
Kahle.
we have a full understanding of what there's actually a big spiritual world that none of us fully
humongous.
understands.
Yes, Kahle. Let I accept. When you do that, you are planting a seed of knowledge. And le seed layer of knowledge kusasa izohamba ihambe ikukhuthaze ikukhuphule futhi nawo nolwazi. Then you are going to be making a judgment athize right of the knowledge which you have acquired. Yebo ke.
Kehla, just I know we got to let you go ngoba I know ukuthi you are consulting, but
yes, Kehla.
Yazi imibuzo iminingi la enhlokweni and but now ngibheka isikhathi ngithe ngiyazi ukuthi umkhulu manje nabantu. Mkhulu, just one last one. People who want to see you.
Yes.
Bakubona kuphi?
All right. Right now, into yokuthi nami I have to. My wife always says this. You need to revolve. You need to evolve. You need to. Fanele ukuthi uyenze. Mina bengisalandelela into zakudala whereas umuntu fanele athathe ukheli ahamba manje honestly bengisalandelela lento lezo manje unkosikazi no man kumele ushintshe. Evolve.
Yeah.
Uevolve in such a way yokuthi kahle abantu bakhona ukukuthola. So ngisabusy ngoba ngitshele umunye futhi thwasalami ukuthi lingiyenzele. Ngizohamba kahle nami ngi-evolve. Because lento lezi zesingisi zihambe zingixake bese igcina ngasazilandeleli. So inamba ukuthi yiyo abantu bangithola kuyo. So lezi zabo social media nezinto lezi zonke nokhwini uhlala ngichika ngayo ukuthi mkhulu kodwa mele mkhulu ngizawuzama. Inamba yi 071 831 7356. 071 831 7356 enye 061 437 8268. Le number lezo yizo lezi right now abantu kuyonke indawo angithandi ukuthi konke umhlaba cha kuyonke indawo abangithola ngazo lezi abo social media zenkulumo zonke into lezi ngizo-evolve zizofika zisangixaka
angithi manje nathi siyakufaka
nani niyangifaka
beka manje sowenza nama-podcast kwi-YouTube konke.
Yes, Kehla. No, I really appreciate the opportunity yokuthi abantu baphile. Baphile ngolwazi. Yebo Kehla.
Cool. I think mina now asikaqedi. I want to invite you again.
Yes, Kehla.
And then sikhulume, but this time we pick ama issues. Ngoba manje it was an introduction.
Yes. No, I really appreciate that.
Our free riders babona ukuthi sinomuntu lana ngoba kulama free riders nama bikers nama classic car riders.
Yes,
you know, so wonke umuntu lo bazodinga isizo.
No problem.
Abazazi nabo ukuthi bazodinga.
So nami an emphasis to what you've just said. Bengicela nabo and ngiyayiphakamela invitation oyibekayo. Bengicela nabo futhi ukuthi mabanembuzo. Because of umuntu uwazi into ngombuzo.
True.
Maba nombuzo ngizobacela nabo ukuthi bangahesitate bahambe bafake basubscribe kuKhehla imbuzo ba-comment. So ku subscription ku comment imbuzo iyenza lento iyanda nakhona because of bagcina bathola ulwazi olukabanzi ngayo imbuzo le bazoba banayo.
That's true. Mkhulu, it's been such a pleasure to speak to you. Mina angeke ngicede manje ngiyazibamba nami ngiyazitshela ukuthi yazi ndoda awume. It's been a pleasure, man. I really appreciate you and I know ukuthi you've always been available for us.
Yes, Kahle.
1912 and Kofifi.
From Kofifi.
From Kofifi. Remember how we used to shock people?
I do.
Colored people were not ready for this.
That's so true.
Yeah, man, who comes pratele madiri? Traditional healers things, man. James Angela one day, hey, that's cool. Saba ninking. Mama ngihlangana nabo estradini bayangibuza ukuthi yara man James man ukopratele so uko bro come yiso metele traditional healers man.
I remember that. I remember the COVID days. Yes, Ketlalam. No, I appreciate it, Ketlalam.
Ketla, appreciate you. So
yes.
I've got a question.
All right.
Okay.
How important is it? I know it's important, but how important is it for the youngsters, whether Oyatwas or Ragatwas, to know the roots of what Africa is all about?
That's a
and
beautiful
how
question.
how do you then tell them without scaring them? Because no, it's booked in with witchcraft.
Yes.
So how do you
Yes.
teach a youngster or even just open their eyes in
Yes.
that part?
You know,
good question, Sid.
that's a beautiful question.
Thank you.
In answering, in answering you, you show the African child. Sometimes, what they hear makes no difference. When they see it, this is how important you are. You show an African child. For example, in Mozambique, bayenza indlela yokuthi bakhombise ukuthi mawuzotshala umtsumbulo it's a cousin ka batata. Mawuzotshala umtsumbulo, you show them ukuthi uyitshala so, uyenza so, uyayigada. Mawuqeda kanjalo uzoyibona mase ikhula, mawudla uyajabula. Ilihlo yilo elibalulekile. So when ilihlo sees the importance, indlebe ziyavuleka. I.e. social media, they see with social media, they conclude what they see. Then everything to them makes sense what social media is saying. So a child, an African child, mohamba umkhombisa the importance, because of we are still there abasalandelela lento lena yesintu tara bayibone and have such opportunities whereas you create a podcast and see encourage bayibone when they see and they know this particular person, this person has done 1, 2, 3 and 4 and they see it, ilihlo livula indlebe livula inhliziyo.
No. Yeah, I wanna, as you are responding, a lot of questions are coming into my mind. But there's in cool ngikulandeng ale vintage.
Yeah, okay.
I
love it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I cool and I pray kumvelinqanga ukuthi kuhlala bonqondo abazohamba abayenzeni bashaware ulwazi emhlabeni.
Yo.
So this whole platform ngomphahlo wami ayanda.
Yo,
ngomphahlo wami ayanda.
Yeah,
ayanda ngomphahlo wami.
No, thokoza mkhulu. Awuthi muvele labantu laba ngathi bona ngeke bakhona kumadana.
Since when naye mela feel ukuthi
awuthi sikushayise
no problem.
Sorry, Shama. Hola. All right, man. So this has been another episode of the Free Ride Podcast. We are out. We'll be uploading this show. Thank you very much. And to all of you, Balengore, you have subscribed. Please tell all your friends and family members to continue to support the podcast, to like, share, and to subscribe. And hit us up. If you've got a question for our guests, please do comment. And Umkhulu has welcomed all your contributions. If you want to say something, Funubuza, you want to understand what's happening, Umkhulu is here to assist. We'll bring him back. Ukuthi azochaza ezinye izinto eziningi
ezigabanzi
that we don't understand. So we appreciate Umkhulu, man. I really do. for taking this time out. So we are out and we are back again. Kausani, Ralebocha, Ngrimukyo, peace.
Agwand.
Agwand.